Hello. This is Reflect&Connect analyzing James Chelland and Louis Berg Berganzi's two articles on the reading. Um, First, I read the article by James Chelland. Um, Basically, just like it talked about a lot of what Gillespie and Hammond did in the last Reflect&Connect, which I had to present on, funny enough. Um, Key themes being like over programming, like a lot of like contest mentality has been developing in schools and trying to move away from that, or past beyond it. Um, Repertoire selection, having tone production being good, um, having like musical integrity be something that like is a big focal point in like selecting programs for these students. Pardon me. Um, Basically, they as in the students have to be taught to listen critically and adjust dynamically while also being given a what's the word, like a manageable amount of music to work on and practice, because over programming will kill not only your ensemble but also like the performance. um but also on the other side of that coin, um you want them to sound good, and you want to pick pieces that really emphasize them sounding good. um and hence sounding good is your responsibility to make them sound good. Model correct posture, model correct playing, demand a good tone, like even as you're conducting, and give like good feedback. Um, if the piece has a lot of like rhythmic and melodic expression, have an ear for like the phrasing and dynamics, know what you want to look for, um, and also have them like learn by listening like critically to the entire ensemble and not just themselves. That's an issue in a lot of orchestras. So just like focusing on like a good sound while not like overworking the kids, and being like a teacher for these kids when they're learning the rep, instead of just being like a conductor or a professional orchestra like demandee, um, over programming. And then the second article by Louis Berganzi, or however you say his name, um, he was it was more on the side of like cultural, um, basically just like incorporating world music into your orchestra, um, like expand the worldview, expand their horizons beyond just like Western music. Even though it is good and that's what the people like look for, having diverse rep helps not only like students develop, but also exposes them to different kinds of music rather than just the classical, Beethoven and Brahms and Mozart and all these other people. No, they have to be well versed in all kinds of music, especially if they want to be future music educators too. You have to kind of like give them that guideline. Um, but also, we are very attuned to what crowds and people look for when they listen to Western music. So when you're playing a piece that isn't Western music, you have to figure out, okay, what style do we want to play this as? What kind of like authenticity do we want this to have? Do we want it to sound authentic? Um, like engage with the music in context of the pieces before and when they're performing it, the students, so that they know like what you're asking and what the piece is asking of them. Now, because it is world music, there's going to be a lot of adaptations, a lot of arrangements. It's up to you as a teacher to figure out which one, like specific adaptation or arrangement, would be most beneficial for these students, while also maintaining like a good track for your curriculum. Being, hey, this piece is something that is going to help these students because it teaches them this, or it helps them grow with this aspect. Um, so yeah, two very interesting articles. I don't think they really played together, but like they kind of did because it mostly just talked about like having your program be satisfactory for you and the students. Um, that was the link I got between the two. I don't know if it was supposed to be something else. Um, but yeah, that's all.